Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Variable Y Minute with your host, the Variable Y. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It's been a pretty busy week, so that's why we didn't join you guys. Of course, there was actual real things going on this week, so I figured I would let you guys take all that in, get all of your opinions out. There were a lot of opinions to be had about this stuff, and now we're past that, and we can get on to some more entertaining, more easygoing, some more light and loose things to talk about. So, got a lot of news going on. The Lakers and the Heat started the NBA Finals last night. Interesting NBA Finals because, of course, there are no fans. It's in the bubble. And the Miami Heat are there. I mean, any one of us would be shocked unless you're a couple of Miami Heat fans. There are a few that I know, some diehard Heat fans that I do know that would say, yes, of course they're going to make it, but they say that every single year. So this year, why would this year be any different? It is, of course, because they actually went to the bubble and became a fantastic team. They far exceeded all of our expectations. They got a bunch of scrappy guys on that team. And this is the way that you build a team in all sports. You don't have to do the process. You don't have to bottom out completely. And you don't have to keep being inept at your job. You find somebody who can do their job, who can go out there and build through the draft. They got 3 lottery picks in their lineup right now, 2 or 3 lottery picks, a couple of guys from Kentucky, Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. So you got those guys, and then you get a undrafted guy like Duncan Robinson. You do some scouting, and you get an undrafted guy like him, and then you got a couple of veterans that you made moves for with Goran Dragic. You made a trade for him a couple of years ago, and then you sign a free agent just to bring the whole team together and to make them into a contender. And look at them. In just a few years, they went from having lost LeBron, and now they're in the NBA Finals. Isn't it amazing what you can do when you just learn how to run a team? You guys know how I feel about GMs. I feel like most sports GMs are overrated because they really, and I know there are going to be some people saying, you don't know what they do, but come on, guys. We all know for a fact that a lot of them are not doing their job. They're only listening to what people have to say, and they're only listening to what they see, the same stuff that you and I see. They're listening to that same thing, and they're going out there and making those same moves as opposed to making moves that make their teams better. So this is a sterling example of what you can do when you have a great organization that is actually running your team. You'll always be a contender. You'll always be just a few years away from actually making some noise. And congratulations to the Miami Heat for making it to the NBA Finals. Now, of course, you guys know I picked the Lakers. I picked them at the beginning of the season. I picked them at the beginning of the bubble. And here we are with the Lakers. So I think that it's I don't necessarily think it's a foregone conclusion. I don't, even after last night's blowout. I think that Game 2, if the Heat have some jitters, we'll see. I think Game 3 is going to be very, very crucial to this season, to this playoffs, I should say. If the Heat are still, if they're down 0-2, I think Game 3 will actually make a huge difference. And if not, then we can go ahead and put the champagne on ice, guys. So yeah, I'll definitely be watching a lot more. We'll do a lot more analysis coming up into this weekend. But just wanted to get in front of you guys and talk about the NBA Finals. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. You're enjoying it like I am. And oh my gosh, Sam Darnold just ran for a touchdown. I'm sorry. I got my TV on and I just looked up and I'm like, this is the slowest running person I've ever seen. Wait, that's the quarterback. And somehow he ran for a touchdown, which again is amazing because it was maybe 20, no, Lord have mercy. It was like 50 yards. He ran. He moved out of the way of a sack, juked another guy, and then he ran for about 45 yards for a touchdown. That is insane because, yeah, I think so far in his NFL career, and especially the season, Sam Darnold has just been this great big disappointment. I can totally understand why everybody was high on him because in the games where he shows you he's got it. He's big, he's strong, he stands back there in the pocket, he can sling it from the pocket, yada, yada, yada. But in every other game, you just see a guy who makes a ton of mistakes. You see a guy who doesn't really seem to lead anybody. And you see a guy who the moment always seems way bigger than him. But congratulations for him. He just ran a touchdown against probably the worst. No, the Atlanta Falcons are the worst team, so probably the second worst team in the league. So good for him. But anyway, guys, I'm not going to stay before you very long tonight. I was just going to talk about the NBA and then Sam Darnold running for a touchdown, so I had to talk about that. But I'm excited that you guys joined the show tonight. And I look forward to the next show tomorrow night. We're going off the beaten path, which is something I think is going to catch a lot of you off guard. Hopefully, this may open us up to a different audience. Hopefully, I don't know. I hope so, because I think this is going to be an interesting topic, one that I haven't heard anybody talk about, and one that I think is going to make you guys think. So, again, you guys join me tomorrow, and we will talk about it then. You can always catch me on Instagram at Variable Y altogether, or on Twitter at _variable. Of course, thank you for joining us here on YouTube at the Variable Y Minute. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the show. And to the show, I should say. And until we meet again, people, kiss and hug your loved ones, wear your masks, socially distance, and we'll see you later.